vast continent of Africa stretches toward an infinite horizon. For more than 5 million years, life has thrived in this landscape of extremes. And it is here that the search for man's origins began. One of the oldest known signs of our arrival are hominid imprints dating back 3.5 million years. Indelibly set in stone, these age-old footsteps point the way toward our future. Though much about our lineage remains a mystery, scientists believe that humans evolved from primates, perhaps the apes that once lived in southern Africa. The day our ancestors learned to walk upright was an evolutionary milestone. Their striding gait on 2 legs, an adaptation that would define their place in history and set them apart from every other living creature. For more than 100 million years, dinosaurs ruled planet Earth, exploiting habitats in every corner of the globe. But 65 million years ago, their long reign would come to an end. Hurtling through the atmosphere, an asteroid 6 miles wide struck the Earth with the force of 100 million megatons. In the wake of this cosmic collision, the planet appeared lifeless. But insects, plants, and some small mammals would survive and repopulate the landscape. This is Purgatorius, one of Earth's oldest primates. It was an arboreal animal, climbing trees to forage for fruit and insects. Modern primates may have evolved from creatures like this one. In the era after the dinosaur, the Earth regained its life force, and vast tropical rainforests stood watch over the continent. For hundreds of generations, this lush habitat would nurture new families of primates. Life thrived in the canopy, where food was plentiful and predators few. From the treetops to the forest floor, ecological niches were filled by a diversity of primates. These sumptuous forests may have helped to shape humankind's direct ancestors. Lake Victoria in Kenya, Within its boundaries lies a small island called Rusinga. Over decades, this site has yielded remarkable evidence of human origins, including the partial skeleton of a distant relative dating back 16 million years. Discovered by a team led by Mary Leakey, Proconsul is the earliest known ape. No other fossil ancestor has been reconstructed in such detail. Proconsuls may have climbed trees on all fours. With their long fingers, they could grasp the branches firmly with fore or hind limbs. A peculiar feature of Proconsul's teeth was scientifically noteworthy. 5 raised bumps on the broad surface of the molar. This adaptation, unique to anthropoids such as chimpanzees, is also shared by humans. Its larger brain and lack of tail further reinforce the theory that Proconsul was a primate related to humans. But despite years of fossil analysis and ongoing scientific inquiry, it is not yet possible to name all the limbs of the human family tree. That human beings evolved from apes is a commonly held notion today. But when the idea was introduced back in the 19th century, it was pure scandal. In 1859, Charles Darwin published The Origin of Species, a fiercely debated work that outlined why the plant and animal kingdoms have so many diverse yet similar species. The theory of natural selection was based on the idea that over time, only the fittest life forms survive, passing on their strengths to generations that follow. 12 years later, Darwin would ponder human origins, but could not yet establish a clear-cut link between apes and modern man. In Darwinian circles, there was speculation about the animal that might bridge the gap. Illustrated here, this imaginary creature was named Pithecanthropus. The search began in earnest for evidence of the so-called missing link between humans and our primate ancestors. Come the turn of the century, fossils of a hominid were found on the island of Java, Indonesia. Commonly called Java man, we know this fossil today as Homo erectus, a man-like ape that lived less than 1 million years ago. In the 1930s, the fossils of Peking man were uncovered in China. Judging from the shape of their skulls and teeth, both Java man and Peking man looked more like humans than the ancient apes. Most paleontologists considered the size of the skull the dividing line between apes and humans. The missing link would be an ape-like creature with a larger brain.
A close look at our closest relatives next on Planet of Life.